नमस्कार सभी भक्तजनों का स्वागत है हमारे थर्सडे के जूम सत्संग मीटिंग में। हम लोग पतंजलि योग सूत्र का अध्ययन करते आ रहे हैं। अभी मैं मंगलाचरण से आरंभ करके उसके पश्चात हम लोग अपनी जो स्टडी है उसको दोबारा से उसमें प्रवेश करेंगे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। आइए हम पतंजलि योग सूत्र के तृतीय अध्याय में थर्ड चैप्टर सूत्र नंबर 10 हमने कर लिया था, 11 से आगे बढ़ेंगे। तो 10वें सूत्र में कहा गया था तस्य प्रश्यन्त्य वशित संकरत its flow becomes steady by habit. एंड ये समाधि की बात कर रहे हैं, जिसका कि हमारा ध्यान है वो समाधि की ओर लेके जाता है। तो ध्यान का जो कंसंट्रेशन का है, द फ्लो ऑफ दिस कंटिन्यूअस कंट्रोल ऑफ माइंड becomes steady when practices day after day, and the mind obtains the faculty of constant concentration. The 11th सूत्र, सर्वार्थ सर्वार्थैकाग्रतयो क्षयो क्षयोदयो चितस्य समाधि परिणामः. Taking in all sorts of objects and concentrating upon one object, these two powers being destroyed and manifested respectively, the chitta gets the modification called samadhi. The mind is taking up various objects, running into all sorts of things, and then there is a higher state of the mind when it takes up one object and excludes all others. Samadhi is the result of that. Number 12. ततः पुनः शांतोदितो तुल्य प्रत्ययो चित्तस्यैकाग्रता परिणामः. The one-pointedness of the chitta is when it grasps in one the past and present. How are we to know that the mind has become concentrated? Because time will vanish. The more time vanishes, the more concentrated we are. In common life, we see that when we are interested in a book, we do not note the time at all. And when we leave the book, we are often surprised to find how many hours have passed. All time will have the tendency to come and stand in the one present. So the definition is given: when the past and present come and stand in one, the more concentrated the mind is. Past and present come and stand in one. So in a way, the time factor is not applicable there to the samadhi state. It's free from time. Number 13. एतेन भूतेन्द्रियेषु धर्मलक्षणावस्था परिणामा व्याख्याताः. By this is explained the threefold transformations of form, time, and state in fine and gross matter and in the organs. Translation हो गई. Now purport. By this the threefold changes in the mind stuff as to form, time, and state are explained. The mind stuff is changing into vrittis. This is change as to form. To be able to hold the changes to the present time is change as to time. To be able to make the mind stuff go to the past forms, giving up the present even, is change as to state. Okay. Time and state. The concentrations taught in the preceding aphorisms were to give the yogi a voluntary control over the transformations of his mind stuff, which alone will enable him to make the sanyama before named. Before named. Yeah, which was, they named it sanyama. Samyama. Yeah, the words in Sanskrit are fantastic. If you break it into two, some yama, some equal yama. Anybody can jump in anytime if you have anything to add or say. Number 14. Shantodita Vyapadesha Dharmanupati Dharmi. That which is acted upon by transformations, either past, present, or yet to be manifested, is the qualified. Purport, that is to say, the qualified is the substance which is being acted upon by time and by the samskaras, and getting changed and being manifested all the time. Which is being acted upon by time and by the samskaras. Yeah, I always thought samskaras play a big role, and yeah, time time तो सब पे ही हावी है. So anyway, when we do this meditation and reach the samadhi state, and we are free from the clutches of time, then slowly we can be free from the samskaras as well and get situated in our original state. Okay, number 15. Kramanyatvam parinamanyatve hetuhu. The succession of changes is the cause of manifold evolution. The succession of changes is the cause of manifold evolution. Which is right. Succession of changes.
दीपक जी ये थोड़े मुश्किल लग रहे हैं कुछ मुझे तो ऑनेस्टली कुछ भी नहीं पल्ले पड़ा थोड़ा सा
सेम हियर पूरा ऊपर से निकल गया है
सिंपल वर्ड ये विभूति पाठ के पहले 15 में किस बात की चर्चा हो रही है?
नहीं, ये अब
मेडिटेशन के बारे में है, किसके बारे में?
अब जो हमारी जो सृष्टि है, इसकी द मटेरियल मैनिफेस्टेशन, उसके जो अंग हैं ना, टाइम है और जितनी भी चीज़ें उसमें कार्यान्वित हैं, उनकी एंट्री केसेस पे वो थोड़ी चर्चा कर रहे हैं कि भी दीज आर द थिंग्स विच आर इन्वॉल्व बिकॉज ऑफ विच द माइंड गेट्स अफेक्टेड. सो you have to be cognizant of these things when you are doing the meditation, and once you know all the intricacies of it, then you you can better prepare yourself for meditation. I think that's the aim of Maharishi Patanjali here, to make ourselves more knowledgeable about what are the aspects of nature which are affecting our mind. Our mind is also part of that nature, but because in all this setup, how can we figure out the right constituencies of everything, and how can we prepare ourselves to get out of the delusion or illusion that we get stuck in the field of Maya.
Can I read something after you finish, Deepak ji?
Yeah, that's it.
इसमें, as was mentioned earlier, his mind the mind is like a mill pond. Any disturbance that was created in it by an external stimulus soon died down, leaving it unruffled as before. Patanjali tells us that the whole difference between an ordinary person and an accomplished yogi is in the quality and depth of the silence, silence of mind, and how soon this silence returns after an external impression is received. I found it pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Just okay, it's your state. How can you come back? And that resonates with me now. Having read that, it's a slow progress of evolution. We like anything else, we train ourselves, and that training sticks. I mean,
Yeah.
in real world, you say if you're an engineer and there's a dam is collapsing, you know. I mean, that's a experience comes into it. Similarly, with a meditation, if you keep doing it bit by bit, you're gaining steadfastness, and doesn't matter how much wind and other external factors are there. And even if you get angry, I'm just adding from myself. When you get angry, it brings you back. Okay, surrender, it's all right. It's not the end of the world. What's the worst? That ज्ञान जो है ना, विवेक जो आता है, that's I think that's the nutshell of it. And he's gone into quite details about, in a simple. I like that para about simple. Patanjali tells us that whole difference between an ordinary person and an accomplished yogi is in the quality of the depth of silence. So, anyway.
Yeah, that's why you see the really accomplished yogis like कौन से हैं? Ramana Maharishi, he preferred silence, to so many words. He was sitting with all his disciples around him and gazing on one point, and if somebody is asking something, he would just look at them, hardly say a word or something, maybe nothing, just gaze. So he believed in that silence thing that you're mentioning, and I've seen some of his videos. It's extraordinary how other people sitting around him, they could understand the language of silence, and they could get the meaning out of it. And they say, yeah, that's what he means, with his silence, he's telling us this. Now I understand,
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a language in itself, silence.
It's a great state, actually.
Great state.
If you can be silent.
Yeah.
But, our social behavior has changed so much that sometimes one can talk too much, like I am doing it now sometimes. So it's easier to vent your silence, and to stop being silent. Talking itself, it takes you away from that quietness. It should apply to me for sure.
When Sai Baba once said, I recall his this thing, I was reading many years ago, that basically words are thoughts in motion, So when you don't have thoughts, there are no words.
No.
And he gave an advice. He says, speak only when you can improve upon the silence. Speak only when you can improve upon the silence. No, it really rings it strikes your heart,
Yeah.
हरीश जी कह रहे हैं कुछ?
या हरीश जी की आवाज ठीक से नहीं आ रही है ना, कट कट के आ रही है. सॉरी हरीश जी, आपकी आवाज ना पूरी आई नहीं है, सो वी कांट हियर द होल डायलॉग.
Okay.
चलिए तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. यतेंद्र जी ने बाद में मेंशन करना है. देखा ना, मैंने आपको बोला था आप दीपक जी के साथ ही रहिए, फटाफट पूरा हो जाएगा आपका पतंजलि योग सूत्र.
When he comes back, he will don't worry, he will review this whole thing again.
He will redo, yeah.
उन्होंने आगे एग्जाम लेना है कि क्या सीखा.
उस दिन मैं छुट्टी ले लूंगा. नमस्कार उषा जी.
नमस्कार सबको, मेरा नमस्कार.
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार.
Okay, 16 सूत्र परिणामत्रय संयमादतीतानाग तज्ञानम.
और लंबा है
by
ना?
making
It's a long one.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah, all in one word. By making sanyam on the three sorts of changes comes the knowledge of past and future. Wow. We must not lose sight of the first definition of samyama. When the mind has attained to that state, when it identifies itself with the internal impression of the object, leaving the external, and when by long practice that is retained by the mind, and the mind can get into that state in a moment, that is sanyam. If a mind in that state wants to know the past and future, he has to make a sanyam on the changes in the samskaras. When some are working now at present, some have worked out, and some are waiting to work. So by making a sanyam on these, he knows the past and future. Wow. 17 सूत्र शब्दार्थ प्रत्ययानाम इतरे तराध्यासात संकरः तत् प्रविभाग संयमात सर्वभूत रूत ज्ञानम. By making sanyama on word, meaning and knowledge which are ordinarily confused, comes the knowledge of all animal sounds. Wow. By making sanyam on word, meaning and knowledge which are ordinarily confused, comes the knowledge of all animal sounds, which we are also is classifying as animals. The word represents the external cause. The meaning represents the internal vibration that travels to the brain through the channels of the indriyas, conveying the external impression to the mind, and knowledge represents the reaction of the mind with which comes perception. These three confused make our sense objects. Suppose I hear a word, there is first the external vibration, next the internal sensation carried to the mind by the organ of hearing, then the mind reacts and I know the word. The word I know is a mixture of the three: vibration, sensation and reaction. Ordinarily, these three are inseparable, but by practice the yogi can separate them. When a mind has attained to this, if he makes a sanyam on any sound, he understands the meaning which that sound was intended to express, whether it was made by man or by any other animal. Interesting. Number 18. Sanskar sakshat karanat purvajati jnanam. By perceiving the impressions, knowledge of past life. By perceiving the impressions, knowledge of past life. Each experience that we have comes in the form of a wave in the chitta, and this subsides and becomes finer and finer, but is never lost. It remains there in minute form, and if we can bring this wave up again, it becomes memory. So if the yogi can make a sanyama on these past impressions in the mind, he will begin to remember all his past lives. Wow. 19. Pratyayasya parachitagyanam. By making sanyama on the signs in another's, both knowledge of the mind comes. Suppose each man has particular signs on his body which differentiate him from others. When the yogi makes a sanyama on these signs peculiar to a certain man, he knows the nature of the mind of that person. Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe what he's saying is that yogi knows what your grade is, where you are standing.
Yeah. So they are using all these techniques they learned and they practiced, and you sit in front of them and they know where you stand. They can tell all inside, outside and everything. That's how they can command that sort of stature and respect, and you are in awe of these yogis, and you say, how does he know? How does she know? Yogis can be man or woman. I've seen all kinds of people possessing all these extraordinary powers and aura that, I've seen so many at the temple, over the years, so many came through. Some are just ordinaries, some are more better, some really have Jabardast aura. You can't even look in their eyes, they're so powerful.
See, the thing is with their practices, they are already merged into the super consciousness. So I don't think they're intentionally looking at it that this guy is what. That the word siddhi I use very cautiously. This is all around them without for them to ask for it. It's just there. It's sort of that's the sixth sense or whatever you want to call is there, and they don't have to think. Okay, it just comes, and they can. That's a very high state. And, you're talking about रमना महर्षि, ऐसे ही जो हमारे गुरु है ना बाबा भगवान नित्यानंद गणेशपुरी, उनको अवधूत बोलते हैं. And he doesn't. He would walk naked actually. And
Yeah.
somehow they had to try to put him. He had a line cloth. That's it. And he never speaks. He never. In fact, लोग आते थे तो ये दरख्त के ऊपर चढ़ जाते थे. And then he'd throw stones so I say over the time, that's his. And I mean, for me, that's the easiest soul to connect. For me, it's very easy, and
Okay.
it's a American that you cannot describe till you have it. You cannot describe it.
या वैसे जो योगी हैं उनका तो मैंने उनके ऊपर वीडियो वगैरह देखी है, थोड़ा सा पढ़ा है मैंने उनके ऊपर. एंड ऐसे योगी जो हैं इनका इनकी साधना पिछले जन्मों की चली आ रही है, राइट. तो इस जन्म में उनको तो इतना वो ज्ञान से परिपक्व हो गए कि उनको यानी कि इस जगत से कुछ लेना देना नहीं. एंड विरक्ति भाव उनके अंदर बिल्कुल प्रबल रहता था. एंड सो इट्स लाइक नेचुरली ही वुड push away everything, everyone, and just stay in his own kind of own space. And उनको अपना प्रकृति के साथ जब एक ही हैं सब कुछ, तो उनको फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता चाहे वो नंगे हैं, चाहे कपड़े पहने हैं, चाहे गर्मी में है, बरसात में है, सर्दी में है, उनको कोई फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता. प्रकृति के साथ एक हुए टोटली. तो वैसा उनका था नेचर. मैंने जो पढ़ा जबरदस्त.
In fact, if you allow me, and I've read about Nityananda बहुत. तो उनके एक दफ़ा क्या हुआ कि ये some construction was going on and all that, so he will always say, okay, go under that tree and pick up whatever money you need. तो जो है अपना इंडिया के जो रेवेन्यू ऑफ इंडिया, उनको शक पड़ गया कि ये पैसे बनाता है. They sent an army of people to investigate him. So he started walking into a big river. तो चलते गए अंदर. तो उसने then he put his hand down there. He said, look, I take money out of here, and it's all infested with crocodiles. He put his hand, he brought it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but I mean, I love that being myself. It's a big help to my life. And so ऐसे जो ऐसे पहुंचे हुए लोग हैं, after their physical body, they are here in energy form to help anybody who seeks, and also help anybody who does not seek. तो ये कृपा बहुत बड़ी है उन पर.
चलिए, हमारे लिए तो यही अच्छी बात है कि हम उनकी चर्चा भी कर रहे हैं, उनके जीवनी के ऊपर बात कर रहे हैं. वही उनकी कृपा हमारे ऊपर है. तो नेक्स्ट वन, नंबर 20. न च तत सालंबनम तस्या विषयी भूतत्वात्, but not its contents, that not being the object of the sanyama. He would not know the contents of the mind by making a sanyama on the body. There would be required a twofold sanyama, first on the signs in the body and then on the mind itself. The yogi would then know everything that is in that mind, past, present and future. Wow. So कई गुरु लोग करते हैं ऐसे, वो मिरेकल बताते हैं, मगर they are using these techniques, they are sanyama and all that given in the shastras here. Number 21. काय रूपय संयमात तद्गहस्य तिस्तंभे चक्षुः प्रकाशा संप्रयोगे अंतर्ध्यानम. By making sanyama on the form of the body, the power of perceiving forms become obstructed. The power of manifestation in the eye being separated, the yogi's body becomes unseen. Wow. अब ऐसी बातें पढ़ पढ़ के तो जो इधर वाले फॉरेनर्स हैं ना वो तो भागते हैं इंडिया की ओर कि अरे ऐसी जबरदस्त पावर्स. वी हैव टू गो देयर एंड लर्न ऑल दिस स्टफ, यू नो, फर्स्ट हैंड फ्रॉम द योगीज. A yogi standing in the midst of this room can apparently vanish. He does not really vanish, but he will not be seen by anyone. The form at the body are, as it were, separated. You must remember that this can only be done when the yogi has attained to that power of concentration, when form and the thing formed have been separated. Then he makes a sanyama on that, and the power to perceive forms is obstructed, because the power of perceiving forms comes from the junction of form and the thing formed. Wow. Zabardast science hai. या इसीलिए तो हम लोग कई जगह पर रेफरेंस हमारे यही बताते हैं कि यू नो वी कि सारा ब्रह्मांड हमारे अंदर है. यू नो यत पिंडे तत् ब्रह्मांडे, ऐसा कोट है. तो सारा ब्रह्मांड हमारे भीतर है और हम लोग जैसी अपनी थॉट्स प्रोसेस बनाते हैं उसी के साथ आगे सृजन करते हैं, उसी के साथ हम लोग आगे कोई क्रिया करते हैं और उससे कुछ बनाते हैं. सो इन ए वे वी आर ऑल्सो producing something, making something, and that all comes from our thought. And agar thought na ho, then all of that will stop. There won't be any kriya, there won't be any creation. So मन से ही सृष्टि बनी है, मन से ही सारे काम हो रहे हैं. Number 22. एतेन शब्दाद्यंतर मुक्तम. By this the disappearance or concealment of words which are being spoken is also explained. Number 23. Sopakramam nirupakramam cha karma tat sanyamad aparant jnanam arishtebhyo va. Karma is of two kinds: soon to be fructified and late to be fructified. By making sanyama on that, or by the signs called arishta portents, the yogis know the exact time of separation from their bodies. Wow. By making samyama on that, soon to be fructified and late to be fructified. अच्छा, वो फिगर आउट कर लेते हैं कि भी मेरे जो अभी वाले जो कर्म थे ना, soon to be fructified, let them burn it. So burn, and जो late fructified होंगे जो अगले जन्म में या बहुत लेट होंगे फ्रुक्टिफाइड, जब उन्होंने फिगर आउट कर लिया तो वो जब उनके इधर वाले कर्म बर्न होते हैं उसी टाइम वो संधि विच्छेद कर देते हैं. Then they know how to separate, exact time of separation from their bodies. When the yogi makes a sanyama on his own karma upon those impressions in his mind which are now working and those which are just waiting to work, he knows exactly by those that are waiting when his body will fall. He knows when he will die and what hour, even at what minute. The Hindus think very much of that knowledge or consciousness of the nearness of death because it is taught in the Gita that the thoughts at the moment of departure are great powers in determining the next life. अच्छा, उसके लिए सारी तैयारी है पूरी जो भगवत गीता में कह दिया ना उन्होंने, भगवान ने, कि तुम्हारी लास्ट ब्रेथ पे क्या विचार चल रहे हैं ना, और वो तुम्हारे अगले फ्यूचर जो लाइफ है वो डिटरमिन करेगी. तो
But isn't it kind of a little complicated because सारी उम्र आप कुछ करते आए हो. So if it's in your thought, I think there should be more than just that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there should be more to that, but once somebody knows a formula and they know there is a proper timing involved, or proper sequence involved for that, then they start getting into
Manipulating.
preparation of hitting at the right time and getting the result, getting the desired result, so यहाँ तो यही समझ में आ रहा है कि ये योगी जो है ना वो उसके लिए इसमें प्रेपरेशन कर रहे हैं.
Doesn't it go against the teaching of Gita which says कि आप कर्म करो लेकिन not for the fruit? यहाँ तो सब कुछ fruit के लिए हो रहा है ना.
Yes, ये जो फ्रूट है ना, ये अमृत वाला फ्रूट है, ये
But
आम
regardless,
fruit नहीं है.
but regardless, it is a desire. चाहे अमृत. No, I'm just an observation मुझे.
I know it's a contradicts that statement, but I think वो जो statement है ना, it is more directed towards the material side of the creation rather than the spiritual side. So अगर spiritual side में प्रोग्रेस करने के लिए या मटेरियल साइड से निकलने के लिए ये कोशिश की जा रही है, तो then it's positive, it's on the positive note, it's not discouraged,
See, the one interesting question I often think about, जैसे ऋषि मुनि हैं, they totally focused on that initially. I mean, once they realized, then they said, so isn't it a very selfish act? Me. मैं भी करता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ अपने को, मैं अपने. But then I think, what about the rest? So I'm not sure, I don't have an answer for that. I was just saying that it looks that अपने लिए कर रहे हैं. Again, you come to it is attachment.
नहीं, मैं आपको आंसर बता देता हूँ, अभी बता देता हूँ.
बोलो.
आंसर ये है कि आप करके देख लीजिए, औरों के लिए करके देख लीजिए कितना करना चाहते हैं.
No, what I meant was
in the end आपने मुड़ के वहीं पर आ जाना है कि भी हाँ मुझे ना स्वयं में स्थिर होना पड़ेगा. करके देख लिया बहुत, अब मुझे अभी मैं इसमें कैद हूँ इस मायावी सृष्टि में, तो इसमें से मुझे निकलना ही है. तो अपने लिए जो कोशिश है वो करनी, वो इट्स you can call it selfish or you can call it self-realizing practice or whatever you want to call it. बट बात तो ये है कि भी बंदा फंसा हुआ है, अब उसमें से निकलना कैसे है। दूसरों के लिए करके ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, मगर उसमें से तो निकलेगा नहीं। तो उसके लिए ये प्रैक्टिस है कि भी अगर किसी ने निकलना है इसमें से एकदम परमानेंटली, इस डिल्यूजन में से, तो सो फिर डिल्यूजन कॉल्ड माया, एंड देन उसके लिए ये सारी प्रैक्टिस उन्होंने बताई हुई है। नहीं तो ठीक है, आप करते जाइए, आपका जो वो व्यर्थ में नहीं जाएगा, उसके साथ आपको पुण्य मिलेंगे, पाप के साथ आपको पाप के वो भी मिलेंगे रिएक्शंस, पुण्य के रिएक्शंस भी मिलेंगे। बट उसके लिए आपको जो आपकी जो व्यक्तित्व है, जो आपका जो वो फिर से प्रदर्शित होगा किसी और रूप में, और वो उसको उसका भोग करेगा। सो दैट गोज ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन। सो इसलिए इन्होंने अपना ये मंथन किया ना कि समझे तो सही क्या है, कहाँ पर ये लूप में फंसे हुए हैं। दैट्स द होल थिंग अबाउट इट।
नहीं, लेकिन ये इसमें जो पावर्स का बताया हुआ है कि योर पास्ट लाइफ एंड यू कैन रीड समवन्स माइंड, तो व्हाट हैज दैट गॉट टू डू विद रियलाइजेशन? मैं ये आई एम ट्राइंग टू फिगर दैट आउट. Okay, it is there, aura is there, and they can read the mind, and they can read the past, the time of death, but how does it help in realization? I'm just trying to see the connection.
आई थिंक मैं जल्दी जल्दी जवाब देता हूँ। यतेंद्र जी होते ना, यतेंद्र जी, अभी उनकी मैं थोड़ी सी एक्टिंग करता हूँ, इसमें आ जाएगा बाद में, और फिर कहेंगे दीपक जी आप मेरी एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात नहीं है, देखिए। तो यतेंद्र जी तो अभी कहना था, सोच रहा हूँ, तब तक कोई और बोल पड़ता है, फिर आप मेरे विचार सब, मेरी ट्रेन ऑफ थॉट खराब कर दी आपने। तो मैं ना उसमें सोच में नहीं पड़ता हूँ, मैं जल्दी जल्दी जवाब देता हूँ, चाहे मेरा ठीक हो गलत हो, जो मर्जी हो, पर
Then we are all learning from each other. Basically, we are all on the same path. We are on the same path.
नहीं, आपने क्या पूछा था क्वेश्चन, मैं अभी भूल ही गया।
मैंने क्वेश्चन ये पूछा था कि the way I understand इसका मेडिटेशन का मेन मकसद है कि जो माइंड को पीसफुल करना था, कि सारे थॉट्स निकाल दो, so that you can be totally focused, and then when you have that level of concentration and peace of mind becomes that peaceful, then you are in a position to discriminate and vivek kar sakte hain, and you can realize what you are. Besides, I'm not going for the other part of it, ki kundalini jagna, or that is another aspect, but otherwise the main for you and me, it's basically to calm down the mind, to make it peaceful, so that you are in the right state of mind to do vivek. और विवेक से ही आपको जो है आप कर सकते हैं कि who you are and what you are, and ये सारा क्या हो रहा है, what exactly is going on in the जगत. बट ये जो पावर्स का साथ में दे दिया है ना कि आपको ये पावर हो जाएगा, दो आई वुड से दे आर डिस्ट्रैक्शंस टू गेट यू ऑफ फ्रॉम द मेन ट्रैक. कि आप then you start running after the powers rather than running after the supreme power. You are running after these powers, which give you again a sense of identity कि मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. Maybe or maybe not, depends on the individual yogi, but
नहीं वो नहीं है
potential for developing the ego. Once you have the power always, there is saying power corrupts. So I'm not saying corrupt in that sense, but corrupts your ego.
It does.
Power हो गया तो
एक सेकंड में उसका आंसर भी दे दूं, फिर मैं भूल जाऊंगा। उसका आंसर ये है कि यहाँ पर तो विवेकानंद जी ने थोड़ा सा परपोर्ट में ज़्यादा व्याख्या की है, पर एग्जैक्ट मुझे पता नहीं कि संस्कृत में उसका क्या एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग है, बिकॉज मुझे संस्कृत का ज्ञान नहीं, मैं तो ट्रांसलेशन के हिसाब से चल रहा हूँ। पर जहाँ तक मुझे लग रहा है कि ये सारी विधि जो है ये सिर्फ योगी के लिए अपने आप को व्यवस्थित करने के लिए बताई गई है। अब उसका जब साइड इफेक्ट अगर कुछ ये है कि भी हाँ उसके पास पावर्स आ जाती हैं, वो अपने लिए उसने यूज़ करनी थी कि वो जब उसको सेपरेट करने के लिए, मगर उसने फाइंड आउट किया कि अरे मैं अपने लिए तो करता ही हूँ, मुझे सामने वाले का भी पता लग रहा है, तो अगर कोई बैठ गया तो कहे मुझे तो पता लग ही रहा है, मुझे सामने वाले का भी लग रहा है, चल मैं यहाँ दुकान ही खोल लेता हूँ। तो वो फिर दुकान में फंस गया। अब माया ने ऐसी घुमाई हुई है ना चक्री कि अरे बच्चा तू ये कोशिश कर ले, तेरे पास ग्रंथ तो बन गया है, अब महर्षि पतंजलि ने दे दिया तेरे को, उसने सारी गुत्थी सुलझा के सूत्र बना दिए हैं, मगर मेरे पास और भी चीज़ें हैं, अब मैं तुझको तुझको फिर माया में जगत में भ्रमित करके रखूंगी। सो वो दूसरों के लिए वो जो पावर आ जाती है उसको यूज़ करना नहीं है। ये भी शायद आगे बता देंगे कि वो इसको दूसरों के
बिल्कुल
ऊपर
ठीक कहा
यूज़
आपने.
ना करें,
You said
ये आपके
correctly.
उत्थान के
This is
लिए।
the important one.
या
This is what I want to just emphasize what Deepak ji just said. ये जो आपकी awakening है ना, once you reach that point, whether you like it or not, the radars come with it. That's part of it. Now, as far as I think, most of the realized being, they don't use it. It's there, but they don't use it. So, because they understand, because it's like joining the super consciousness. There's no separation between. I'm not in that state, but I've heard from Baba talking. I mean, those people you read, they talk, they will, as much as is around them all the time, they will not draw into it.
या
If by their word, by their look, by things that other people come across, that Shakti is transferred, they are not doing deliberately. It just happens. They're like a lit candle all the way, and the light is there.
Yeah.
So that's my understanding of great beings.
Yeah.
They will not use it.
That's a good idea. The good example, lit candle. It already has the power to light another one. So
Yes.
you don't want to go around saying,
Doing
okay,
anything. Yes.
yeah, I can light as many, I can light, okay, pay me something to light you. You don't have to do that. If somebody comes to you and say, please light my candle, okay, here you go, you also have the light now. Usha
But
ji,
in a
aap-
subtle level, we are already doing like 7 of us together.
It's not like that. It's a light. You come and I give it to you. They see who is capable for that. Then
Acha.
it goes transferred to them.
Okay.
They can see right on your head and they know everything. Why you come, what you want,
Wow.
and you are capable of this to get this light or no.
Oh, okay.
They don't give just I come and I say, please give me, and they give you. No. If I am capable for that, then they will do
Okay.
it for you.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, they
It's
give
very
it to the
fascinating
candidate.
discussion.
Yeah. Okay, कितना टाइम हो गया? 4:04. Yeah, we covered a lot in the.
You need a holiday.
I need holiday.
You got two in one.
Yeah.
Yatinder ji and Deepak ji.
Yeah.
If you like, we can do bhajan or we do chanting like Usha has been saying. I leave it to you. And we can put a tape and we can all chant and then meditate and
Yeah.
you decide. And anybody else, and, I'm happy both ways.
Yeah. So we've
Or maybe
done up
go-
to
go-
20,
420, 220 हो गए
20 नहीं 23 तक कर लिया हमने
जी.
इसमें. And
Maybe
नेक्स्ट वन में वो कह रहे हैं कि जस्ट नंबर 24, मैत्र्यादिषु बलानी, by making sanyama on friendship etc various strength comes. Yes, this word sanyam is very important in the
Powerful,
whole
yes, yes.
discussion here. Yeah,
discipline.
we have to learn more about this thing sanyam. I didn't know it was that important. चलिए तो 24 तक कर लिया हमने. Then if you guys want to stop here and do other things, we can do other things, bhajans, some chants, or you want to go on till 4:30?
Let's make it till 4:20.
4:20?
And then sort of
Okay.
do some bhajan, and we can do a 10 minutes chanting.
Okay.
उषा जी हर बार कहते हैं ना कि मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है.
Yeah.
And we need, I mean, everybody welcome to express whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Or Vaneet ji can talk.
No, talk on this. Nothing to talk for me.
I think that would be nice. Then after the chanting, we can go to meditation. I mean, time-wise, I'll let you figure it out. And so that could be a good progression.
Okay. So we will conclude at 4:20 then. So number 25, Baleshu Hasti Baladini. By making sanyama on the strength of the elephant, etc., that strength comes to the yogi. When a yogi has attained to this sanyama and wants strength, he makes a sanyama on the strength of the elephant and gets it. Infinite energy is at the disposal of everyone if he only knows how to get it. The yogi has discovered the science of getting it. Number 26. Pravrityalokanyasat sukshama vahita viprakrisht jnanam. By making sanyama on that effulgent light comes the knowledge of the fine, the obstructed, and the remote. When the yogi makes sanyama on that effulgent light in the heart, he sees things which are very remote, things, for instance, that are happening in a distant place and which are obstructed by mountains, mountain barriers, and also things which are very fine. Number 27. Bhuvan Jnanam Surya Sanyamat. By making sanyama on the sun comes the knowledge of the world. Wow. So किसी भी चीज पे संयम कर लेते हैं.
So, Deepak ji, what would be the meaning of doing Sanyam on the sun? I thought Sanyam was related to my senses.
Yes.
Sense control is Sanyam. But here Sanyam is being used in a different sense. It appears to me, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an internal one. It's a...
Sanyam means saburi, sabar. That's what it means.
Well, here the Sanskrit word is written as two words joined together, sam and yam. So yam jo hai na, yam, which are the things we should be doing, yama, unka sam, unko barabari mein karna, unko sam.
Barabar?
हाँ, sum is बराबर करना, you know, समता जिसको बोलते हैं ना, समता.
नहीं, वो तो मैं समझ गई, समता तो समझ गई. संयम का फिर आप बराबरी का मतलब निकालते.
So samyam. So these are the two words involved here. I think that's where they're just trying to balance everything, and then they reach to certain point where they the nature allows you to get into that portal, and then everything opens up for you. That kind of technology is available, but we don't know generally how to do it. And it's all done through our practice of controlling the mind. The mind has all the thoughts running through, right? So we just still the mind, and then something happens, the nature provides that portal, that entry, and then you everything opens up for you. So that's the kind of thing I think is going on around here. विनीत जी कुछ कह रहे थे, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
अनम्यूट कीजिए.
विनीत जी आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
संयम के बारे में हो रहा था कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली संयम. तो आई थिंक इन द लास्ट सत्संग और द वन बिफोर वर्स 4 में दिया हुआ है इसका मीनिंग ना.
अच्छा.
When a man can direct his mind to any particular object and fix it there and then keep it there for a long time,
Yeah.
separating the object from the eternal part, this is Sanyam.
Okay.
This is what, so in this connection, Sanyam on, that means I say Sanyam on the elephant or Sanyam on someone's sign. So it basically means concentration on that. Like, so Sanyam on the sun will also probably mean
Yes.
keeping the sun in mind and focus your mind on the sun. So that will be Sanyam. Maybe that's what it means. Sanyam would be that, or
Yeah, that's what it means. That I guess concentration of a very deep kind, concentration, steady concentration.
but the only thing is not clear. In the subsequent sentence, it says the form of the thing has vanished and only the meaning remains in the mind.
Yeah.
ये नहीं समझ आया. The form of the thing has vanished. जैसे अगर focus कर रहे हैं किसी object पे, the form of the thing has vanished. But only the meaning, that means mind will be blank and only the meaning remains. जैसे
Yes.
looking at a candle, so the
Yes.
form of the candle will vanish from the mind and only the meaning of candle.
Yeah, जैसे वो कैंडल की लौ होती ना, तो जो हमारे त्राटक वगैरह कराते थे ना योगी राज जी, वो कहते थे जब कैंडल बीच में जगा लेते थे, तो वो कहते कि लो जग रही, आप उसको देख रहे हैं देख रहे हैं देख रहे हैं. देखना है, पहले तो देखना है. देखते 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 एक पॉइंट आ जाएगा जब आपने अपनी आंखें बंद करनी है और वो लौ उसी तरह आपके अंदर वो दिखनी चाहिए, जगती हुई वैसे ही एकदम हिलती हुई. तो उसको अंदर ले जाना अपने. राइट. सो द फॉर्म इज गॉन बट इट्स उसका मीनिंग जो है वो इट्स मीनिंग इंटरनलाइज है. दैट्स द थिंग. सो इंटरनलाइज करते हैं, तो सन को भी वो इंटरनलाइज करते हैं. तो
अगर उसको मीनिंग को अंदर रखें अगर माइंड के अंदर, तो अदर क्वेश्चन कम्स, because anything is a disturbance in the mind, whether it's a physical object or it is a mental object or it is a form which you have been focusing on and which you internalize it. तो है तो vritti ही ना वो. It is a kind of vritti, a different kind of vritti. It's a different vritti. Just like sound is a different vritti, smell is a different vritti, form is a different vritti, but this kind of thing, the internalizing of the object is also a kind of vritti in the mind.
Yeah, but there is a purpose to it,
खत्म
right?
तो ना हुई, vritti तो फिर भी रहेगा ही mind के अंदर. तो mind silence ultimately, I don't know, it's maybe further on we'll understand क्या है, what exactly.
But यहाँ पर इनका तो purpose है ना कोई, to get something, right? The purpose है. और आपका तो सांख्य योग में आप तो पूरे घुसे हुए हैं, तो उसमें तो आपको इनसे भी नहीं कुछ लेना, आप तो उससे ऊपर जाने वाले हैं.
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, but I was just trying to understand कैसे, मतलब how one can.
नहीं, अभी लेके जाएंगे, उससे आगे लेके जाएंगे, because it cannot be about all the material aspects of everything. So they're just I think explaining कि भी ये भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. अब आगे देखिए क्या होता है.
इसका जो बात कर रहे हैं ना, if I may, I'd like to pick this up. देखो, जब हम आंखें खोल के बैठे हैं, all our faculties are consumed is the same शक्ति. तो जब आंखें बंद करते हैं, then mind is still functioning at a speed. Slow. If you stay long enough, आंखें नहीं देख रही हैं, कान नहीं, I mean, all those things are conserving. So then you find all the noise of the mind eventually merges into quietness.
Yeah.
It's just automatic. तो ऐसे जैसे ना एक बच्चा रो रहा है, तो उसकी माँ paying attention. If you stop paying attention, after a while, it will stop. Same with a fan. जो fan चलाते हैं आप, तो full speed चल रहा है, उसको turn off करते हो, then slowly and slowly begin to wobble and stop. So this is no different. It's a state of use our conserving intentionally all the Shakti, and then mind has got no power. It becomes a friend. It is part of your thing, and then you begin to connect with that quietness, peace. It Satchidanand जो कहते हैं. If you do it long enough, making sure you're comfortable sitting, because physical जो limitations हैं, they create a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So mind जो है, eventually it gives up and becomes a friend.
Yeah.
So it's a slow but a very successful journey. And in that point, भगवान मेरे हिसाब से तो कुछ नहीं, कहीं नहीं है, ठीक है? It's all the Shakti itself. It prevails in different forms. And तो जब हम स्थिति में आते हैं, we come for maybe half an hour or 2 minutes or 10 seconds. तो ये जो जिन लोगों ने बहुत realization की है, बहुत, there's only one realization. वो जो लोग हैं 24/7 they live in that state, even though आंखें खुली हैं. No, that's to aspire for. I'm not saying, but I can think that when हम जब ध्यान करते हैं, जैसे हम करेंगे 10 मिनट के लिए, you'll all experience that suddenly the noise is getting less and less and less.
Yes, yeah.
And whatever you want to call it, only you can choose. But it's a definite science and definite process. I'm talking like an expert. I'm not. I'm just
No,
I'm
are
on
all
the journey
experts.
like you are, and I
No,
constantly.
I have no knowledge whatsoever about intricacies of meditation and
It's only through meditation, ध्यान जो अभी ऋषि मुनि जो मैं सुनता आया हूँ ना कि 1000 साल उसने ध्यान किया, किस पर ध्यान किया? 1000 साल. And then he looks at a pretty woman and disappears. So I used to confuse with that, but with the present teachings I have, I'm very comfortable. It's on a human level. It's doable, and there's a joy at the end of this.
Yeah. Okay. So a few more. Number 28. Chandre Tara Vyuh Jnanam. On the moon comes the knowledge of the cluster of stars. 29. Dhruve Tagte Jnanam. On the pole star comes the knowledge of motions of the stars. Nabhi Chakre Kavyuha Jnanam. On the navel circle comes the knowledge of the constitution of the body. 31. Kantkupe Khyuti Pasa Nivritihi. On the hollow of the throat comes cessation of hunger. When a man is very hungry, if he can make sanyama on the pit of the throat, hunger ceases. Wow. 32. Kurmanangya stharyam. On the nerve called kurma comes fixity of the body. When he is practicing, the body is not disturbed. See? So, वो कूर्मा जो नाड़ी है उसके ऊपर फिक्स करते हैं ध्यान, तो सब डिस्टर्बेंसेस हट जाती हैं योगी के लिए.
ये नाड़ी जो क्या, this is सुषुम्ना?
नहीं, कूर्मा. I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
We have to read more about it. You know, we can Google the
The
Kurma.
3 there was the Sushumna. God, भूल गया, 2 और हैं.
Yeah, वो ईड़ा पिंगला और
Ida
सुषुम्ना.
Pingala, that's right.
Yeah,
So these are the three very prominent ones for
yeah.
your.
वो तो ये है ना इंग्लिश
Sorry, हरीश जी, सुन नहीं रहा आपका.
नहीं, हरीश जी की इंटरनेट ठीक नहीं है, तो हरीश जी तो कोशिश कर रहे हैं पर उनकी आवाज़ पूरी पहुंचती नहीं. ईड़ा पिंगला सुषुम्ना. या या
Called it tortoise vein. इसमें अंग्रेजी में लिखा हुआ है tortoise vein. I don't know.
टॉर्टॉइज क्या?
क्या जो लिखा है ना, कूर्मा नाड़ी within bracket tortoise vein.
टॉर्टॉइज वेन, या कुर्मा टॉर्टॉइज को बोलते हैं इंग्लिश संस्कृत में कुर्मा. या सो टॉर्टॉइज वेन, आई डोंट नो व्हिच वन इट इज, बट
ये उन्होंने कहना है ना
उस पे फिक्स करना पड़ता है.
ठीक है.
के ध्रुव
नहीं, आवाज आई नहीं जी पूरी. 33 मूर्ध ज्योतिषी सिद्ध दर्शनम, on the light emanating from the top of the head, sight of the siddhas. The siddhas are beings who are a little above ghosts. When the yogi concentrates his mind on the top of his head, he will see these siddhas. The word siddha does not refer to those men who have become free, a sense in which it is often used. So these are like different siddhas that the yogi can see when he concentrate on top of his head.
I just got a definition here.
Yeah.
कूर्मा नाड़ी का.
हाँ जी.
At the base of the spine between the first and second chakras, which would be below.
Yeah.
So there is a particular energy channel called the Kurma Nadi. The Kurma Nadi originates here and runs all the way to the hollow of the throat.
Okay. Yeah.
Regulates the stability of the body and mind.
Right.
Anyway, that's that.
Good.
This is the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. You just Googled it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's
Well, that's good.
all right.
Yeah, that's instant research.
हार्ट का चक्कर है और विशुद्धि चक्कर गले.
हाँ.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
ये चक्रा में नहीं आ रहा मेरा ख्याल. पूरा कूर्मा नाड़ी जो है ना, it may be talking about Sushumna. I'm not sure.
It's in
It doesn't
between
say
there.
that.
Yeah, in between there somewhere. Yeah. 34, 424 हो गए. 34
इसमें खत्म कर देना.
प्रतिभाद वा सर्वम, or by the power of pratibha, all knowledge. All these can come without any samyam to the man who has the power of pratibha, enlightenment from purity. This is when a man has risen to a high state of pratibha. When he has the great light, all things are apparent to him. Everything comes to him naturally, without making sanjama on anything. Wow. So pratibhashali, तभी उनको बोलते हैं प्रतिभाशाली पुरुष, being. 35 हृदये चित संवितो, in the heart knowledge of minds. 36 सत्व पुरुष योरत्यंता संकीर्णयो प्रत्ययाविशेषो भोगः परार्थत्वात् सर्वार्थ संयमात् पुरुष ज्ञानम. enjoyment comes by the non-discrimination of the very distant soul and sattva. Its actions are for another. Sanyama on this gives knowledge of the Purusha. Yeah, very important. Enjoyment comes by the non-discrimination of the very distant soul and sattva. Its actions are for another. Sanyama on this gives knowledge of the Purusha. This power of non-attachment acquired through purity gives the yogi the enlightenment called Pratibha. Tatah pratibhashravan vedanadarsha varta jayante. From that arises the knowledge of hearing, touching, seeing, tasting and smelling belonging to Pratibha. Te samadha upasarga vyutthane siddhaya. These are obstacles to samadhi, but they are powers in the worldly state. See, ये भी बता दिया उन्होंने कि these are obstacles to samadhi, but they are powers in the worldly state. If the yogi knows all these enjoyments of the world, it comes by the junction of the Purusha and the mind. If he wants to make sanyama on this, that they are two different things, nature and soul, he gets knowledge of the Purusha. From that arises discrimination. When he has got that discrimination, he gets the Pratibha, the light of supreme genius. These powers, however, are obstructions to the attainment of the highest goal, the knowledge of the pure self and freedom. These are, as it were, to be met in the way, and if the yogi rejects them, he attains the highest. If he is tempted to acquire these, his father's progress is barred. See, ये क्वेश्चन आपका आंसर हो गया विनीत जी कि ये सब ये इसमें वर्ल्डली डोमेन में ही आ जाता है, तो उसमें अगर वो फंस गया तो फिर वो आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा. ठीक है. सो इसकी जो असली प्रोग्रेस है to know the Purusha, that gets barred. So वही मुझे लग रहा था कि ये powers तो आ जाती हैं, मगर they are not supposed to get entangled in that web.
So we done.
Yeah. So
the next one is a fourth one.
नहीं, अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ.
Miraculous powers इस पे लिखा हुआ है. Next जो है ना, siddhis as implements.
अच्छा. तो चलिए यहीं पर आप इसको विराम देते हैं. यहाँ पर क्या लिखा है? When the cause of bondage has loosened, the yogi by his knowledge manifests through the organ centers in another body. Yeah, so we done up to like 38, 39 भी कर लेते हैं, and then we will start from 14 next time. बंध कारण शैथलीयात प्रचार संवेदनाश्च चित्तस्य परश्रीरावेशः. When the cause of bondage has become loosened, the yogi by his knowledge of manifestation through the organs enters another's body. My God. The yogi can enter a dead body and make it get up and move, even while he himself is working in another body, or he can enter a living body and hold that man's mind and organs in check, and for the time being act through the body of that man. That is done by the yogi coming to this discrimination of Purusha and nature. If he wants to enter another's body, he makes a sanyama on that body and enters it, because not only is his soul omnipresent, but his mind also. According to the yogi, it is one bit of universal mind. Now, however, it can only work through the nerve currents in this body. But when the yogi has loosened himself from these nerve currents, he will be able to work through other things. बड़ा intricate subject है.
It's very intricate, and this is where people can get easily misled.
Yeah. तो चलिए यहाँ पर इसको विराम देते हैं. पतंजलि योग सूत्र को 39 सूत्र तक हमने कर लिया है, तीसरे अध्याय का है. तो वी विल कम टू 40th नेक्स्ट वीक. जय हिंद. देखते हैं, एक आध भजन करते हैं, फिर थोड़ा सा लाइब्रेरी भजन्स. आज कोई माता का भजन करना चाह रहा था. These load scale. चलो बुलावा आया है, मिल गया मुझे.
Take it all. When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
ठीक. माता जिनको याद करे, वो लोग निराले होते हैं. माता जिनका नाम पुकारे, किस्मत वाले होते हैं. चलो बुलावा आया है, चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है, बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। ओ ऊंचे पर्वत पे रानी माँ ने दरबार लगाया है, चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। जय माता दी। सारे जग में एक ठिकाना, सारे गम के मारों का, ओ रास्ता देख रही है माता अपनी आँख के तारों का। हो मस्त हवाओं का झोंका ये संदेशा लाया है, चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। कहते जाओ जय माता दी, जय माता दी, जय माता दी, कहते जाओ आने जाने वालों को, चलते जाओ मत तुम देखो अपने पाँव के छालों को। ओ जिसने जितना दर्द सहा है उतना चैन भी पाया है, चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। वैष्णो देवी के मंदिर में, वैष्णो देवी के मंदिर में लोग मुरादें पाते हैं, ओ रोते रोते आते हैं और हंसते हंसते जाते हैं। ओ मैं भी मांग के देखूं जिसने जो मांगा वो पाया है, चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। और कोई ये क्या जाने हो, उसका खून मैं देखूं कैसे, जिसको दूध पिलाया है। चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। ओ चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। 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 ओ प्रेम से बोलो जय साईं, जय माता दी वैष्णो रानी, बेकल्याणी, माँ भोली भाली, माँ शेरों वाली, झोली भर देती, संकट हर लेती। ओ जय माता दी, 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 जय माता, ओ जय माता दी, 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 जय माता दी। चलिए, जय माता दी। नवरात्रे चल रहे हैं, सबके लिए मंगल कामनाएं।
बहुत लोग थे कल टेम्पल में ना।
अच्छा,
पहला नवरात्रा था ना कल।
या पहला नवरात्र था।
उषा जी ने कुछ करना है, बोलेंगे?
हाँ उषा जी, आप सुनाइए कुछ, अनम्यूट कीजिए और या तो कोई धुन लगाइए या कोई मंत्र प्रकरण सुनाइए।
विनीत जी चले गए?
हाँ जी,
चेक बोल रही हैं, मैं फिर सुनाऊंगी।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
ये पीछे बच्चे लोग शोर मचा रहे हैं,
अच्छा,
तो मैं नेक्स्ट टाइम कर लूंगी
ओके।
या कल।
चलिए,
आप एक और सुना दो लक्ष्मण जी को।
एक और भेंट।
एक और सुना दियो, बोले 4:45 है। सो
ओके, चलिए एक और सुना देते हैं आपको। भजनी प्रो डिफॉल्ट 80 ppm 80। चलिए एक और माता की भेंट सुनाते हैं। लता जी की गाई हुई थी ये। माता तेरे भवन में सुख शांति का बसेरा। माता तेरे भवन में सुख शांति का बसेरा। माता तेरी शरण में, माता तेरी शरण में सौभाग्य का सवेरा। माता 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 जो आए पास तेरे तो जाए सौ बलाए। जो आए पास तेरे तो जाए सौ बलाए। जीवन करे उजाला नख चंद्र की कलाएं। माता रहे न मन में, माता रहे न मन में क्षण मात्र को अंधेरा। माता तेरे भवन में सुख शांति का बसेरा। माता तेरी शरण में सौभाग्य का सवेरा। माता 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 तेरे चरण तले माँ उगती है सौ उषाएं। दिश दिश की रक्षिकाएं करुणा किरण भुजाएं। तेरी गिरा गगन में, तेरी गिरा गगन में पर्वत पे तेरा डेरा। माता तेरे भवन में सुख शांति का बसेरा। माता तेरी शरण में सौभाग्य का सवेरा। माता 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 अंबर में जितने तारे वे शब्द प्रार्थना के। अंबर में जितने तारे वे शब्द प्रार्थना के। धरती पे जितने दीपक दीपक है भावना के। दीपक है भावना के। हर फूल फूल बन का, हर फूल फूल बन का करता है भजन तेरा। माता तेरे भवन में सुख शांति का बसेरा। माता तेरी शरण में सौभाग्य का सवेरा। माता 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 मेडिटेशन का समय हो गया है, तो हम लोग अपना आसन सिद्ध कर लेंगे और मेडिटेशन के लिए रेडी हो जाएंगे। 10 मिनट्स। तो मैं इसको रिकॉर्डिंग को बंद करूंगा और हम लोग मेडिटेशन की ओर बढ़ेंगे। जय श्री कृष्ण।